M3gan is the new Blumhouse horror film. I got to say the film gave me one hell of a ride. From meh to genuinely interested, to getting chills, to waking up my inner Mark. So for those of you who don't know, Mark is a term most used in wrestling. Side note, I recently started a second channel to talk about my take on WWE. I'll leave the link in the description, feel free to check it out. The first video on the channel is regarding my take on how M3gan can become the biggest babyface in 2023. Back to the subject. So Mark is used to describe a targeted market, users or customers that are heavily invested in certain things. Boy, when I see Bruce in this scene, my inner Mark woke up. I don't care if lead dies, I don't care if the bad guy or girl or doll wins. I just want to see Bruce versus M3gan, and thank God we got it. The film tells the story of an AI robot, M3gan, being created by a young and ambitious woman, Gemma, and it initially used it to help her niece, Katie, to cope with the loss of her parents. As time went on, she realized the potential of M3gan and worked with her boss to get it published. But as time went on, M3gan starts to develop her own mind and starts to do a lot of terrible things until she finally grows into a cold-blooded killer. The movie is so much fun. It is your typical low-budget horror movie that finds a gimmick and tries to make it into something scary. But this one has a lot of work being put into the script. Most of the low-budget horror films tend to heavily focus on the scary elements because that's what draws in the audience and completely disregard the logics in the script, which makes them hardly stand the test of common sense. This movie has a very strong script in terms of story-wise. Every dialogue, every decision, every reaction for every character makes sense. Except for one old lady. Yeah, she is one of those typical characters who do something stupid to get herself killed. But aside from her, the other characters don't challenge your intelligence in a way that makes you question your own intelligence. So you can watch it as a horror movie that will give you a great time for roughly 90 minutes and you won't feel stupid about it.
Chill!
The story in this film is absolutely amazing for what it is. It tells the story of how a young girl mentally replaces her parents with a new friend and how a career-oriented woman slowly changes into a guardian for a child. Their relationship is the heart of the story and the acting is great. M3gan's development is also handled very well. We follow her downward spiral, which is an upward evolution for her, every step of the way. It doesn't just magically start to kill people or explain it with some lazy excuse like malfunctioning. The movie spent a lot of time building up her turn by letting her get more and more violent, from preventing Katie's being hurt, to eliminate any threats to Katie, to killing in order to make sure Katie will be alright, to finally realizing humanity is beneath herself. The transformation is astonishing. You just love to see it. So much work is being put into the script, and the actors did a fine job. Allison Williams is amazing in the film. At first, Violet McGraw is alright, nothing impressive, but as the movie goes on, she starts to have more chance to shine, and she absolutely kills it. The movie also has great tone. Not necessarily consistent, but the filmmaker definitely found a fine line to balance it out. At times, it can be heartwarming. At times, you feel the dread because you know some shit is going to happen. And at times, the film packaged the horror stuff with a weird scene, but somehow it worked. It happened before killing a person in the hallway. You will know what I'm talking about if you've seen the film. I didn't know that small detail would turn out to have a payoff in such an amazing way. When Megan does that before her killing, plus her character progression at the time, it just makes sense that she would do something so disturbing and weird. I love it. Although the first time she sings in the movie is kind of weird. I was like, what the hell? Why is she singing all of a sudden? But after that, when she sang again, it was okay. Just the first one is not really working for me, kind of took me out of the scene. And the film also has this robotic movement thing in one of the scenes, which is amazing. It fits into the moment so well that it makes the scene a lot more scary and more tense. The movie has some shots that are amazing and some that are quite meh, just a very typical camera angle and filming work. The difference is kind of drastic in comparison at times, which makes me wonder if there is part of the movie being shot by some secondary unit director or something. If not, then great job on those good cinematography, I guess. Those shots are awesome. Others, they're just okay, they're fine, nothing special. So, the film is definitely a better made movie within these types of low budget horror films. And it is actually quite surprising that the film has such a low budget because it doesn't feel like it. It looks really good. All the special effects are well done. Nothing in particular made me feel like, that's all fake. Yeah, everything looks beautiful. Great job to the filmmakers and the team. If you love horror films, definitely check this one out. It has horror and so much more in terms of story-wise, character-wise, and themes. You'll love it. Can't wait for the sequels. Hope they don't shit the bags. They got something going here. I can see it as the next Chucky franchise of sorts, but better. So, have you seen the movie? Do you like it? Are you waiting for the sequels as well? Comment down below and let me know. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Move along.